What's going on, guys? Kivox here, and welcome to another New Wand Wednesday, but we're changing it up a little bit. I know this is only like the official second one, but I had some help from Patreon, and we're gonna change the name of New Wand Wednesday to Wandsday. That's right, New Wandsday. Let's call it New Wandsday from now on. So, boom, it's called New Wandsday from now on. If this is the first time you guys are joining me on my channel, every Wednesday we talk about some wands. I show you guys the new wands that are available on the shop, and I show you guys off some of your creations that I like that you guys sent me, and hopefully you guys like them too. I'm also going to be changing the email, so if you guys want to submit your own creations so that I could show them off for everybody else to see, then all you have to do is email me at NewWandsday. I'll put it on the screen so you guys know exactly what the address is, at gmail.com. So again, NewWandsday, as in Wands Day. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty clever. I like it. That being said, let's go over the wands that you guys submitted. There was a bunch of entries, but I'm just gonna go over a few of them. I just randomly picked a few and picked my favorites. Some of you guys submitted more than one. I just picked one from each of those because I didn't want to, overload everybody with just one person's creations. So let's start off with this one submitted by Yordi. It's by far one of my favorite wands. I don't know how it was created. So if you're watching this video, leave a comment down below and let me know how it was made. And if you guys want to try to guess how it was made, is it made out of real bone? Is it made out of like plastic fake bones? Or did you carve that? Or did you, but it just, anyway. It's very cool. It's obviously supposed to be bones, a couple of pieces of bones with the broken end. I think I would have made the end a little bit less sharp and possibly a little bit more rounded. It looks great though. I think it looks awesome. The only reason I would do that is so that I don't accidentally stab myself, because I could see myself 100% bleeding after using that wand. Next up, we have this one submitted by Merlin. Not sure if that's really your name. If it is, Merlin's Beard, that's an awesome name. Good for you. If it's not, still I'm impressed. You've impressed. The wand, super cool. It has almost like a ribbon, like a ribbon that's been kind of unfolded, but still a little twisted. Has that nice silver on the inside. Seems like it was a lot of dremeling out that center piece or carving. I believe they dremeled this. It looks really cool. I would add one little thing, which would be a matte coat on the surface of it to kind of just give it that a little bit of a sheen, so it looks like, I don't know, it could also be the picture. It could also, because I know originally you sent a very, very little picture. It was like, I couldn't open it up at all. I couldn't see anything that was going on. So it could just be the picture, but it looks like the finish on it is still just the bare wood. I think if you just went in and gave it a nice little clear coat with a little bit of an acrylic of some kind, like even like a completely flat one, it would give it that little bit of protection, and I think it'll make it look a little bit more just finished, a little bit more like it's the final product. I think you're like 98% done with it. Guys, please let me know if I'm being like too critical. I'm trying to not be. I'm just trying to give tips out for other creators. So if you guys, please don't take ever any offense by anything I say. It's your wands, and if you guys like it the way it is, then don't listen to me at all. Do whatever you guys think. It's your creation. I'm just giving my tip, I guess, my tips. I don't know. The next one is not a finished product. It is a drawing of a design of a wand, and it looks cool. The drawing was done very well. You did a very good job. Colored it in and everything, which I don't ever even take the time, because I don't plan out the woods until I get to the making process of it. But I love the design. It has a lot of greens, which looks cool. I don't know if you're going to be painting all of that on. I tend to stay away from painting a lot of wands just because I feel like it takes away from the wood. I try to use like exotic woods, so when you paint exotic woods, it really pulls away from that finish, right? That's the whole point. You pay a bunch of money for that wood, you don't really want to paint it a lot. I would say you definitely have some Dooku going on, some Count Dooku action going on with that handle being arched the way it is. It'll work. It'll probably feel really, really good in your hand too. It just sitting in there, like right. You also have a lot of like tiny little details, like that marble on the handle, the plan for the marble on the handle. That would be really tough to paint, to actually make it look good and make it look marbleized. I don't even know if that's how you would say that. I know that they do have some like spray paints that will kind of give you a marbly look, or a hammered metal look, which would probably look pretty cool. But it would be hard. When I try to design wands, I try to stay simple, because when you get too fancy with a wand, it may look a little gaudy when you're done. It may look good on paper, but then when you go to transfer it to real life, it may look a little bit too much. It's kind of like that concept of the Marvel superheroes or the DC superheroes in movies. They always tone them down a little bit, so they don't have all those crazy bright colors, because it doesn't always translate well to real life. On paper, it looks awesome. It looks like super fancy, especially with the scale thing on the end of the handle, but it may be really, really hard to do, one, and then it may also look a little corny. I don't know, that sounds mean, but it may look a little weird in real life. It may be too bright, or it may look like very anime, which again, if that's what you're going for, then go for it, right? I would definitely say good luck making this, because you put in a lot of little details into that drawing, and it is going to be very hard to get it done properly and looking good. Maybe it's a super easy name to say. I just don't know how to do it. If you want to let me know down below, let me know how to say that, because I don't know. It's on the screen right now. So here's what I like about this wand. It reminds me of Ginny's wand, because whenever you have an all black wand, kind of that satiny finish on it, always reminds me of Ginny. I don't know why. It's a nice simple design. I've wanted to make a wand with those little almost like golf ball dimples all over it for a while now. Just haven't figured out a design that I really liked, but I do like what you did there. I like how it looks. I like the simplicity of it. One of the wands that I created this week, actually has that same style, where it's just a nice, simple, straight. It has a couple of grooves in it, a couple of little things. It has one little twist, but I like wands like that. I like designs like that. Also like that little accent of silver that you put in there. Not sure what kind of paint you used for that. I would recommend just getting some airbrush acrylic paint, because they have some really, really good silver for that. And you can also... So here are the two that I use if I want to get like a silvery look. These are actually pearlized, so they're like pearlescent. Almost didn't come out there. These look really good though, because you just get a little dab. A little dab will do you, and you get it on there, and it goes on pretty thick, and you can get a good layer of silver on there, and it works well. I would say another option for adding a little bit of gold or silver detail to a wand would be embossing powder. This stuff's a little tricky to work with. It's a powder that once you heat it up, it turns into like a plastic. What's cool about it is that it just looks freaking phenomenal when it hardens. It hardens like almost instantly too. Once you heat it up, you can also overdo it, and then you ruin your wand. So be careful. It's a finicky thing to work with. Do some research on it before you go and work with it. But I do like those little silver accents on this wand. So touche, sir. That's not how you use touche. This wand was designed by Dakota. Here's what I like about this wand. Not traditional. Not a traditional style handle. None of it's really traditional, except for maybe that end right over there. That's maybe the only part that's somewhat normal. The way you hold it is going to be a little weird too, because you're going to have the wand not in your hand. It's going to be you know what I'm saying? It also has that wrap around the handle, which always makes it look a little bit neater, a little bit nicer. They actually told me about, there's actually different techniques for those, and I'm going to be looking into one of those for a future wand that I'm going to be working on. So thank you, Dakota. I had to check to make sure I said your name right. Thank you, Dakota. I really appreciate the tips that you sent me for making something like this. Apparently, the technique for wrapping the handles is called whipping. That finish you got on it, it's a little bit shiny, it's a little bit flat, it looks really good. So good job. Remember guys, if you guys want to submit your own wands to NewWandsday, I keep forgetting what it's called. All you have to do is email me your pictures of whatever to newwandsday@gmail.com. But again, it should be right over there. It's as simple as that. Just in the email, give me permission to use your photo, and that about does it for that. Let's move on to the new creations for this week for NewWandsday. Thanks, Wee Wee. Eventually, I'm going to be making a whole new set of wands, but the first one that we made was this little guy right here, and then last week we made both of these, and then this week I actually made number 2, which was by far the highest voted one, and then I would say second and third was 3 and 6, which are these two right there. So right now we only have 4 left. So what I'll do is I'll actually put a poll up on the left over there. My left, your right, up in the corner. There'll be a little eye. Just click on that little eye, and you're going to have options 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me know up in the eye and also down below. I'm going to be counting both of them as votes. So you technically have 2 votes right now. So if you want one wand a lot, just vote both times and we should be okay. All right, so if you guys have been paying attention, you've probably already seen the wands behind me somewhere because they have been floating around back there. Right there. Can we focus, camera, please? Look at that. Right there, that one. And I think that this came out pretty dang close to how that looks. As usual, these wands are going to be going up for sale today. If this is coming out, if you're watching this on Wednesday, these wands should already be out. If you're watching this on Tuesday because you're a patron, then they'll be out tomorrow. But if you are interested, let me know before they go up for sale and I will hold them for you. One of the perks of being a patron, if you guys want to become a patron, make sure to click that little Patreon button and go over to the page and sign up and do all that stuff. One of the wands from this month is going to be given away next month in April for one of the patrons because we reached our goal, and I'm a man of my word. And we're gonna be giving away one of the wands, and we're also gonna be giving away some other stuff. I recently just got these new stickers, and I'm gonna be giving some of these guys away. It just says Ender's Wands on there, and we got some cool little wands and some stuff. You guys follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw this, but yeah, super excited about these. These are just samplers, so these are limited edition ones. They actually have a mistake in them that I made when I was creating the design. So super limited, very, very limited. Never gonna happen again because I fixed my mistake. Back to this wand. This wood just looks super duper cool. I was very happy that I was able to actually get this design pretty accurately from the way that looks right there. So that should be the way it is. It's pretty close. I changed the lines in the top a little bit, and I put like less on this side just because I thought it would look better. There's a couple little dots over here, as you can see. Probably just focused on my face, so can't really see it that well. But this one's super cool. It's about 13 and a half inches, I believe, off the top of my head. It may be a little bit longer, but I was going for a little bit longer just because you know, a lot of my wands are shorter. I didn't want to go too long because, you know, there's the rules to making wands. We got to follow those rules. We can't be like Noble Collection where they just make every wand like 30 inches and it makes no sense. They're not really 30 inches. They're all like 15, 16. They're really long though. Like wands aren't supposed to be that long. Harry's wand is supposed to be like 10 3/4 or 10 and a half or something like that. His wand's like a good 14 inches long. It's ridiculous. But my rant is over. I'm sorry about that. Let's move on to the next one. So next up is this little guy. Meekachii said that this guy looked like a bullet, which I do agree. A very, very long, skinny bullet. But this is the one that I mentioned before where it looks really simple, but has one little thing that's unique about it. So it's made out of palm, black palm. So it has this really, really dark wood, like it's hard to describe what this wood looks like. The best way to tell you is just to show you, so that's what you guys are doing right now. You can see, but it has a little bit of a special thing about this wand. I don't know if you guys noticed it at all, but it's a little, has some weird little parts to it, like that right there. You could see, whoa, look at that, you could see my hand through it. So it actually has part of it is acrylic, which was something that I was trying out, something a little bit different. It's probably hard for you guys to see it. I mean, the wood itself is beautiful, but I wanted to add in this little bit of something different, because if you hold the wand like this, it's normal. But when you turn it this way, that's when you can see. I didn't want it to be super uniform. So basically what I did is I split a piece of wood in half and then filled the center of it with acrylic, let it all harden up, and this is what I got, and I think it came out really good. Tried to polish it up as best I can so you can see as much as you could through it. And I think this one looks super cool. I don't know what the lore is behind the acrylic. I think it's about 10 inches long, by the way. Maybe a little bit longer, 10 and a half maybe, if I were to just go by feel. Yeah. I think so. I super duper love this wand. I feel like video or photos don't do it justice. You really have to see it in person. So you can see, maybe you can't see, I don't know. I hope you guys can see this, but you can see that the light just like shines through it, and it just makes it like so different. Let me see if I could turn this and you guys can see it better. Man, this is like so impossible, but you can see there, it almost looks like it's floating or it's missing parts of it. I don't know, it almost reminds me of a marble. You remember like marbles? I don't know if kids still play with marbles. I doubt. I had a bunch when I was a kid, but it almost reminds me of a marble. The way a marble has that twist inside, that sunburst or whatever they call it inside. I love this. I think this looks really cool. Hopefully you guys like it too. Then we have the final wand for. Just dropped my book. Then we have the final wand for this week, and it is made out of red heart. It is very skinny. It looks really red right now. Skinny. It has a little bit of black on there. Has some little accents of that silver that I showed you guys earlier in the video. But then it also has a little bit of acrylic like that last one had. So we got a little bit of a big old gem on the end there. So this was actually a solid piece of liquid acrylic that I poured on there. Then it hardened. Then I polished it up and cut it up into this design. You can actually see all of the wood in there as well. It's hard to tell, but you can see the wood in there. I really love this. I'll probably be doing another one of these at some point. Not for a little while, because I don't like to just kill things and do them a bunch of times. Also, it's tough to do that because you don't get really good at one thing. You have to kind of try to keep learning new stuff, which I love to do. I recommend everybody always try something new. Try something new every day, and you'll be better for it. I don't know. I'm not your dad. I can't give you tips. Like, I can't give you life lessons. I don't know. This almost reminds me of scissors, like half of a scissor handle thing. You can see it goes skinny right there in the middle. Then it gets fatter, and it has this little grippy knife. It almost reminds me of a knife, the way that this is patterned right there. Is patterned a word? Does that make sense? That is this wand, guys. As you can see, it's unique. They're all different, and I'm pretty happy about these. I feel like whenever I make wands, I always try my hardest to make them not the same. Sometimes they have characteristics that are similar to each other, like a handle will be a little bit similar to another, but I feel like these are still all very unique and very different. Remember, when you order a wand, as of right now, you do get one of these nice little wand stands that the wand just sits on like this, and it has your custom name on the back with your wood type and all that type of stuff. And yeah. Make sure you guys tune in for the live stream every Friday around 7 Eastern Standard Time, because some crazy stuff happens sometimes. Last week, apparently, we gave away a wand, which I did not know was going to happen. But one of our closest friends was on the stream, and he actually he asked the question, somebody answered it, and he bought them a wand because he's a nice guy. So thanks, Michael. And yeah, so make sure you tune in for that, because we will eventually start doing some random giveaways on the stream. This is the wand that is going to be going out tomorrow for the winner of last week's live stream. So I hope you take care of her. Remember, you're also going to be getting one of these nice little gold stands, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. I'm pretty excited. Enjoy this video. Really appreciate you guys sticking around this far, because I know this was a long video, but I do plan on doing more of these, and I hope you guys like the format of this video right now. Things may change in the future. This is still a work in progress. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.